Hi everyone, it's Sarah from the Organized Notebook, and in this video I wanted to show you how I plan and do a reset for January 2024. I'll also be reflecting on the entire year and making resolutions for the next year, and I'll be sharing a free template which will be in the description below, along with some freebies for January where you can have wallpapers for Notion, for your desktop, for your phone, and folder icons that match. So let's dive right in. So let's start by going to my planner, and the first thing I like to do during a monthly reset is to change the cover photo of my Notion workspace just so that I can get into the mood for January. So I'm going to be using one of the cover photos in this month's freebie set, and we can go to change cover, upload, and I'm going to upload the file. And the one I'm going to choose is actually this one, which I think is nice because it's still sort of winter, but it has kind of a fresh feeling for January. And if you're interested in these, we'll leave the link to that in the description as well, so you can get the whole collection of January freebies. And next, let's go ahead and change the icon here by clicking the icon slot. And I'm going to change the color to gray. And let's go ahead with a snowflake, so it's not quite Christmassy anymore, but it's still winter. And now let's go ahead and change some of the colors here as well. So I'm going to go with a light pink color, so just to give it a fresh look. So I can just click here and go to color, and I'll be choosing this pink background. So now this planner is starting to look a lot fresher and ready for January 2024. And now the next step is going to be for me to check what happened in December 2023 and reflect on all of my goals. So let's go ahead and go to the monthly planner, and I'm going to open up December 2023, and let's see what I put for goals this month. So here I said that I wanted to get outside more often, even if it's cold, once a day. So since moving to Finland, it's really just been cold every day, especially during the winter. So it's just been really hard to get outside. But I think that I've actually accomplished this. So I've been going outside even though it's snowing. So I'm going to check this off. Keeping the pace with videos, templates, and more in December. And this also, we really managed to accomplish this month. And I'm really proud of both of us who have been working a lot on the Organized Notebook. So this one definitely should be checked off. We also did 2 live events, so that's also good. And then learning more productivity tools, I didn't get to do as much of. So I would like to keep this as a goal for next month, and then complete my travel planning during the holidays. So in last month's reset video, I talked about how I was gonna go to Spain and Estonia during the holiday season, and I did manage to do all my travel planning during the holidays. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off. And the only thing that happened is that I unfortunately got COVID, so I couldn't make it to Estonia. But the Spain trip went really well, and I'll probably be making a video about this later where I'll be using Notion to show you how I planned the whole trip. And let's go ahead and go to the end of month reflection. So how did it go? Overall, I think that December went really well, and I'm really happy with the progress that we've made with the Organized Notebook, and I'm proud of me and Anne, who have really made sure to stay on a consistent schedule. And we also really enjoyed all the live events we've done, and we also published 3 really significant templates that we're really proud of. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check our channel as well. And what could be better? So some things that could have been better for December is, obviously I didn't have time to really learn more and broaden my knowledge in terms of productivity tools and other sort of books that I really wanted to read. So I hope that I'll have more time for this in January. My favorite moments was going to Spain and seeing my family. So that was really nice, and it was nice to be able to do that. What do you want to do differently for next month? I do want to preserve more time for myself next month so that I can actually develop myself more outside of moving the business forward and also sort of working on the organized notebook. So that would be what I want to do differently next month. And did I do everything I wanted this month? I think I did. And I think that everything went above and beyond. So despite getting sick and everything, we were really prepared and I felt pretty good about the progress we've made. So I'm very happy with it. So now let's go ahead and open up a new monthly plan. So I'm just going to go ahead and click new here and new monthly planner entry. And this is going to be for January 2024. And I'm going to put the start and end date here like this. And the goals this month. So like I said before, I really wish I could have studied more productivity tools. So I'm going to put study productivity tools like this. And the other thing would be that I do want to incorporate more stretching in my daily life. So I'm going to put that. And then finishing one book at least this month. And then one more goal might be to reserve daily time for study. And now let's look at this month's schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up in full page first. And then the Estonia trip that I originally planned for is now getting pushed. So I'm planning to leave around here. And we'll probably stay for a while, so I'm going to put it like this. We may have some live events in between, but we're still kind of in the planning phase, so I wasn't sure when I would recover. So we weren't sure when to schedule these live events that would have used my voice. So I'm just going to go ahead and put plan for live events around here so that we can start making plans for them. Plan for live Notion events. And some other things are to build some new templates. So that's also going to have to be planned later. But for now, I'm really happy just to look at the month and also to sort of make my goals for this month as well. And the next thing I wanted to do in this month's reset and planning is to go over the resolution and reflection template that we'll also leave the link for in the description below. So here we have our resolution, reflection, and planning sheet, and this sheet is designed to really reflect on the past year and determine what kinds of memories and growth has happened, as well as planning for this upcoming year and having different goals and how you can turn them into identities. So I'll just go over this a bit so that you can see sort of how I approach resolution, reflection, and planning. And one thing to note is that you shouldn't really limit resolutions for the beginning of the new year. And this is because it's just so easy to fail when you have this certain time frame to accomplish all of this resolution reflection. Not to mention that many people change as time goes on. So who you are at the beginning of the year might not be who you are a couple months down the road. And so planning a complete resolution for the whole year in January doesn't quite make sense all the time. So any first thoughts on the past year? Well, for me, I would say that any thoughts I've had in the past year would be just growth. So all I can say is just growth. So we really worked hard this year and to make the organized notebook grow. And we feel like in the past 3 months, we've really accomplished a lot. We sort of created our own store on our website and we've launched so many templates, and our YouTube channel has also grown and we've been able to interact with so many amazing people. So growth is definitely the one word I think of when I think of the past year. Some of my favorite memories of the year was that for the beginning of the year, I was mostly traveling around and was able to work remotely. So that was really exciting and was able to go to so many countries. So how have you grown? Well, the whole year has been about growth. So I would say that I've just grown in general, that I feel a lot more confident in myself and about what the future holds. Did you take any risks this year that you're happy you took? Not really risks, but just to seize every opportunity is kind of how I feel about this year. Who inspired and influenced you the most? So this is kind of a difficult question, but I think that all of the books I've read this past year about productivity, and especially with Atomic Habits, that has been hugely influential to me and the way that I approach habits and how I think of them. So definitely that. Did you take enough time for self-care? I think that this was something I hope to sort of work on more this year, and to sort of reserve more time for self-care and make sure that I'm really doing everything to keep calm and to feel good about myself. Did you make any mistakes that became a learning experience? Not really mistakes, but I think that in this past year, for example, just sort of how to work and how to do things has become more clear to me. So that would just be that, more just progress rather than learning from mistakes. Planning for this year, what would you like to do more or less of this year? So this year I would like to spend more time on self-care and maybe work a bit less but more efficiently. What changes do you think you want to make this year? So I would like to make some more exercise changes so that I can be more active in my daily life, and also watch what I eat. What areas of your life do you want to prioritize this year? I would say self-care and mental health would be a huge priority for me this year, just to make sure that I'm always grounded. What kind of person do you wish to be at the end of the year? So someone who's really grounded and secure and confident in myself. So new year, better me. List 10 goals for the year and turn them into an identity. So I won't do all of these, but basically what we like to do is to think of a goal and then turn that into an identity. So instead of being like, I want to lose weight, instead it's better to think I am a fit person, so that you're already embracing this new identity of a person. So one of my goals is to be more active. So let's say that I want to be more active. And so instead of that, my hobby is exercise. So this way, this is who I am. My hobby is exercise. So what kind of things would someone whose hobby is to exercise would look like, and so on. So I think that this is a better way to sort of think of your goals. And then embrace your identity. So choose your top new identities and write this below. So for example, I'm a reader, I'm an active person, I'm a healthy person, and so on. So we'll leave the link to this in the description below, so you can also use this as a resolution, reflection, and planning. So the final part of this reset and planning for this month is going to be to redo the desktop. So we're going to actually put a wallpaper from our freebie collection, which you can find in the description. And let's go ahead and add this desktop wallpaper like this. And I really like how this pink feels refreshing for January. And one of the things I like about it is that it says follow your dreams. So it's always important to dream big for accomplishing goals. And next I can change the folder icons. So if I control click and then go to get info on Mac, I can just drag this image into this slot and then change the folder. And now the icons are changed and the desktop is looking more fresh for January 2024. So that's the basics of how I reflected and resetted for January 2024. And I hope that this was useful for you. If you're interested in these desktop wallpapers and folder icons, they'll be in the description below, as well as the resolution and reflection planning sheet, free Notion template. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful start to 2024, and hope to see you in the next video.